Right, today I'm going to show you my pizza dough recipe. I use sourdough. This is my starter, which I got out of the fridge a couple of days ago. Been feeding it every 12 hours for the last 2 days. You can see it's doubled in size. That's where the elastic band was when I fed it. I use just the pizza dough flour for this. The recipe I'm doing today is a small portion. So it makes 2 pizza doughs balls at 250 grams. So obviously you can double it up if you need to, but this is the one I do quite a lot because there's only 2 of us that have pizzas. So it's four of us. The first thing we start off with, zero that off. I've got filtered water here, so room temperature, and we want 140 grams of this. Just over 140 grams, that's fine. And then we want 100 grams of the starter. Grams. I like just to give it just a bit of a stir, just to mix the sourdough starter and the water together. And then we want 250 grams of 00 flour. I put 10 grams of oil in, extra virgin olive oil. And 5 grams of salt, sea salt, finely ground. So that's all the. I put it in my stand mixer. I use the mixing one first before I use the hook, just for a minute or so, just on very low, just to mix it all together, and then I use the hook. Because I'm letting this proof this be 5 hours proof, and then for the first proof, and then overnight for the second proof. You don't need to mix it loads, the gluten will build up overnight. So just low heat, just low speed, just to give it a good mix. And then I change over to the hook. And I'll mix this. I mix this for about 6 minutes. On number 2, if you're using a KitchenAid, if you're going to need it, you need it for about 10 minutes or so. So I'll come back and show you what it looks like after the 6 minutes. It's been mixing for 6 minutes. Now what I like to do is I just take it out. Sometimes you need a little bit of flour and just give it 30 seconds. Hand knead. Getting into a ball. Just a bit of olive oil. And then into the bowl. You can put cling film on top. I've actually got a lid with this here. If you're putting a lid on that's airtight, give it just a little bit of air. Then you set this aside for 4 hours, and then I come back, I'll show you, I just divide it into 2 balls, equal measures, 250 grams per ball, and then I put them in the fridge overnight, 24-hour fridge proof, and then I will show you how it looks like when we cook it. So pizza dough has been proofing for 4.5 hours. So now I just take it out, divide it into 2. And just make 2 balls out of it, folding the outsides into the middle. Just like that, that's one. Getting the outside into the middle. Trying to seal up the bottom as much as you can. And then I put this into a box. Pizza box, but before I got the pizza box, you should just put it into a roasting pan and put cling film over the top, which done the job absolutely fine. Just a little bit of flour, doesn't need too much. And then simply in there, lid on, and now into the fridge for second proof for 24 hours. And then I get them out about 3 hours before I want to use them. And I'll come back and I'll show you how they're cooked. Right, back to making pizza. So, it was in the fridge overnight, and then I got it out 3 hours ago. Into the flour. Pizza oven's getting warm up, it's going near 400. Stone's at the right temperature already. And then you just press down the middle, leaving the crust. This is the way I do it, so you can see a lot of different ways people do it, but I find this works absolutely fine. I do that first. I stretch it at the back of my hands, and I just put it through my fingers like this. Couple of spins up. That's one. So again, just pressing down the middle. Back of the hands. Holding the crust and just letting the weight of it stretch it out. you go. This is my sauce, which I've done another video, if you want to have a look at that. Very simple, but really tasty. Then I use pecorino cheese. First. And then I use mozzarella. I've got buffalo, which is without doubt the best cheese to go on pizza. I've got spicy salami. Quite a lot of spicy salami. Some cherry tomatoes for one, and obviously in the basil. There we go. Just get the pizza peeled. Flour on the peel. And once it's on the peel, give it a bit more of a stretch. Olive oil, extra virgin. Yum. Middle of the oven. I like putting the lid back on. Seconds, we turn it. So these are sourdough balls, obviously. Definitely a lot better for you. You know, you can eat them. Doesn't feel so heavy as another few 30 seconds or so, and it is done. Give it a plate, please. There you go, there's one. Straight in with the second one. So the buffalo mozzarella does make it a bit more watery inside. It's not really one that you would cut a slice and eat it as a slice. It is definitely a knife and fork to eat it, but without doubt, definitely give it a go. Taste is just amazing. Second one, obviously the oven cools down a little bit, so it does take a little bit longer to cook, because I do one straight after the other, don't let it warm up anymore. It's looking good. Leave the oven down. There you go. Simple.